It's another sunny day today, but not so much by heat because all you can see so far is just dark clouds. But yesterday it's only raining for only half an hour, so not too bad like it was. But I cannot say that it's not gonna rain again today because you can see that it's really dark and gray down in the city. So today is Saturday, August 29, 2020. I just instructed my workers to get sand and gravel, Julito and Deloy. That's what they always do during Saturdays because I only have two workers on Saturdays. It's Farmer Willie and Julito and Deloy picking up sand and gravel to be used for the week. So when Farmer Willie is not here, so it's only Julito and Deloy because he always have an alternate every 2 weeks. He goes back to his farm to sort all his crops. So I might go out later to film around to give you some other content. But I have done my job. It's 8 o'clock, 7:30. I've already given them the money and the instructions of how many sands and how many gravel. Because what I do is I pay them as I get it. So the ones that's digging it on the river can have the cash immediately, in which they prefer. That's why I always got priority because I'm the one who pays cash. This is the problem that we have if you don't know where to do sideways. If you meet all these big trucks, because I think this multi-cab don't know where to go. That's why it's taking so long for him to go on the side. And these people here are not helping. Agoy. When they keep on planting on the sideways as well as their garden. But now we can go through. But like me, you shouldn't get used to the road and you know where to park your car, where are the leeways that is safer for both a 10-wheeler and you. Well, not a problem, it's not even scaring me, you know, like that one. It's such a big space, you don't need to worry about it. You can just go on the side. Because you know, like the multi-cab is the one he can still go through, but he's just so reluctant to go through. Because I'm going down to the city today to get more of the containers for my storage, and then containers that Olby also can use for his koi carp pond filtration. And since it's like a lax day, I only have 3 workers going, which is Deloy and Julito picking up sand and gravel, and I got Farmer Willie continue to clear out the gardens of Village Park. So I could go out because they're not using any materials. They just continue working what they're tasked to do. So it's quite, I've given them their wages ahead, so I could go now. Today is the even day that I could drive, so I'm with my old banger, but she's even. And then I also borrowed Junel's quarantine pass because it's even and they're not very strict around the area here. So she said that he's not going anywhere far. You can have it, you can use it, I mean, so it's fine. I could go to Ayala first and then go to SnR and pick up those containers. So I'd like to address, I got a few viewers who's asking me that why do you have so much going on, like building around my properties, my house, the BPP. And I'd like to tell you that since we are now forced for house arrest, we can just go out like we used to, like free to go out anytime. Right here in the Philippines, you need to go out with all your gears, face shield, face mask, and you need to follow the coding, either vehicle coding or quarantine pass coding. So you cannot just go out anytime without following all that. So old B don't want to go out of the house until it's all over, maybe another year, told me that we need to have new hobbies in the house, that we need to make our house enjoyable. So that's what the purpose, that we have something going on around the house. We miss all these things that we see that, oh, we need to improvements that we need to do in the house rather. And we have missed that before because we're always out of our house or out of the country. So now that we're forced to stay in, we are seeing this and we would like to improve it. At the same time, we are helping the people by providing them employment. So another thing that some viewers ask me, do you have a husband? Why you're the only one working on those projects? Actually, I do have a husband, and the reason why, I've said this before, why Old B wants me to take the lead in all this project making, building works here in the Philippines, because he wants me to learn all about this. He wants me to be the one handling it, because he done his part on it. He already done his share of building up your assets. Now he wants me to build up my asset through my own efforts. So right now, he don't want me to be like my friend. I have a friend, a close friend, and he got a lot of houses, a lot of lands, even got a transport business, farm, and then he suddenly died of heart attack. And the wife, who's been treated like a princess, just don't get involved so much in the business, like just like put on a pedestal, don't even know what to do now with all the properties. It's now slowly dwindling out. Sell there, because he cannot cope with the managing of all the properties left. And another good friend, when the parents died in a tragic accident, unexpected, she's still a minor, and had a lawyer handle all the affairs, and she don't even know where are the inheritance, the properties that they used to visit with his parents, But what the Old B is doing is for me to handle everything and learn about the skills in negotiating, the skills in building, so I could pass it on to my daughter as well. So, like, knock on the wood, if anything happens to Old B, I will not be at loss. I'm already been handling these things. You know what I mean? Like, all the processing, everything here in the Philippines, I'm handling it. I just let him sit back and relax. So if Old B, something happened to Old B, I'm not at loss. In fact, can handle it quickly, So that's the reason why he just sit back and give orders. Sit back and mentor me. So that's the reason why. It's not that I don't have a husband or I don't have my husband's support, like one of the viewers is trying to imply. And yes, that's the answer of the two queries that I have regarding why I got so much going around with this pandemic, because it keeps us occupied. Next thing, we're gonna be building a koi carp pond, an indoor koi carp pond. So I will be forcing him to explain to you his filtration system. And I think I will let Old B speak on his filtration system, so you will see the how we interact with one another. So I'm now here in Main Talamban. I'm going to the Ayala Mall first. Again, we pick up some things there that's not available in SnR, and before I go and continue on to Mandaue City. I'm going up now in the overpass because I'm going to the Ayala Way. I usually use this overpass when I'm going down to the south of Cebu, because although there are other ways to go down south of Cebu, but the Ayala Way is the main road. So you can see now the buildings. We just passed by IT Park, but you'll see the high-rise buildings, not really totally high-rise like in the West, but tall enough to be safe here in the Philippines. So traffic seems to be more Saturday today. So I think because there's check in the corner of this. So I don't go on the right and go under this next overpass. I turn around. Because someone said to me that I missed the turning to the right. I don't really pass there because my favorite entrance for Ayala is through across that condo, the green condo. I don't know the name of the condo, but that's on the back of Rostan Supermarket. So you can see that the traffic's just slowed down because of the checking. I don't know what they're checking. Is it quarantine pass or how many passengers you have in your car? Because they're more concerned of stopping you if you have minors inside your car. So it looks like I'm gonna be waiting. I'll just turn off until it's my turn to go. So you see, they're checking the quarantine pass and checking the people inside the car, because this multi-cab in front of me is tinted, so they can't see who's inside. So I don't know what's more is the fuss. Ako. So I just let go. He's checking the quarantine pass. So I don't go on that right because I don't go turn there. It goes Ayala. I'm going overpass to pass on to Gorordo Avenue, where I used to live before I got married. So I'm quite familiar with these places here because I just when I was young, we used to walk around these areas before it was even developed like this, because I live in Gorordo Avenue. So we still can't turn that way. So I still have to go to Gorordo Avenue. It's stopped, so I have to stop. Because before, I used to turn that way to the left to go in Ayala, but it's still not allowed. They still have the barrier there. So I have to go straight and turn around where in the Gorordo Avenue, because I like to see what are the places that's improving there in the place that I used to live, or perhaps see some of my old neighbors as well. So the street across there on crossing is the Gorordo Avenue. So the construction of these buildings here, the suites at Gorordo, has continued now. So it's gonna be like a steep on the on this corner here for this hotel. And also this property here that used to be Tunglian restaurant in front of Magellan Hotel, the old Magellan Hotel that got burned, has now been fenced off. So hopefully there will be development on this one, not just the squatters that live there, that some of them I used to know. So this is where I grew up with, you know, that Richmond Hotel condo. That's where Olby stayed first when he first visited in the Philippines, because it's near, it's just walking distance from me. So I don't need, when I want to see him, I don't need to go in a transport, just walk over there. So this is on my left is Asilo de la Milagrosa, and this is the Gorordo Avenue, part of Gorordo Avenue. So there's Motor Ace and KTM. It's still not open, but I will visit there so I could give you a coverage of their prices of their motorbikes for KTM. Where are you turning on a double yellow line? You're just lucky there's no situm here. Usually there's a situm there on the corner with a no left turn. But you have to think that the no left turn here, before someone else pointed to me, had certain times. In the bottom, it says the time that you cannot left turn on this turning. So it's now go. I could left turn. Because if you go closer to the sign of no left turn, it says no left turn at 4 p.m. and 7 p.m. But before that and after that, you can left turn. Now I'm now in the Cebu Business Park. And you can see the buildings of these condos have been growing and growing as well. So I'm gonna pick up the items that my daughter likes here, and I'll go to SnR to buy those containers for storage and the filtration system that Olby will incorporate with the barrels. So you can see now up ahead, Ayala Center Cebu. I'm gonna turn left and go under the basement. So now I'm inside Ayala Center Cebu. You can see there's a lot of shops have been open now since last time. In fact, I even parked in basement 2 because they are now allowing it. Last time I was here, basement 2 is not even allowed to be parked. So I've noticed most of the shops are on sale. Sale everywhere. So this is the queue to go inside the grocery. So after that waiting area, you're actually just gonna fill up a form For contact tracing, you can write any name that you want there because there's no point check if it's the name, if it's your proper name, and then you go here in another waiting area facing the grocery this time, and you will be dropping your little slip of paper towards that drop box when you go in. So it's not really that really long wait. It's just the hassle of like every 4. So you're constantly moving chairs, so you need to move forward now. So it's only fair line that they're allowing in. But senior citizens can go in without queuing up if you already fill up those little slips for contact tracing. So considering it's Saturday, it's not a lot of shoppers like I expected it to be. It's only on the meat section that there's a lot of people queuing up because meat is only serving a few. You see what I mean? There's no queue on the tills as well. There's only less and less people as well around the mall. As you can see, it's not a lot here because it's usually filled up with kids at this time, Saturday. But since the minors below 18 cannot go in, so they are there. So some establishments don't bother to open at all. So I'm just gonna be picking up some Burger King in case they have the mushroom double Swiss that my family likes. So before I go to SnR, I'm here now on the 4th floor and Burger King is here. Hopefully they have the mushroom double Swiss, but I'll ask first before I queue. So this is the food court here in the 4th floor of Ayala Center, Cebu. They allow dine-in, but you can see how far is the distance between the tables, and only a few of the kiosks is open. My Joy is closed, Balamban Yempo is closed, Tokyo Joy is closed. So you only have a limited choice here on their usual 4th floor food center. I need to remind you that before you enter the mall, they require you to have your face mask and face shield. And salad stop is not even open. We are now on the terraces extension here on the top. And you can see that my favorite salad stop's not open. Only the coffee shops and most of the restaurants are takeout. Their SnR is still open for takeout and dine-in as well. Oh. And the social. can see these awkward bitches that this is going down, but they're going up here. So that's typical Pinoy. It's really very quiet, not good for business. I am now out of Ayala. There's so many people there. Like, not the normal. In the grocery, it's not a lot, but in the actual mall, there's quite a few. In fact, the basement too has now started to fill up. When I arrived, I'm like, oh, got a few there, but now it's all full up. So most of the basement too are lit up now. So people start coming in, and then the mall closes at 7 o'clock. So it's getting there. Before, during the ECQ, the mall's not open and the grocery closed at 5:30. Now it closes at 8 o'clock as well. I think 8 o'clock, 7:30, that was 7:30, sorry. 7:30 the mall closes. And of course the face mask, face shield is requirement to go in the mall. Nice day ahead, although it's quite gloomy, but I don't think it's gonna rain. I'm on my way now to SnR. So you can see there, I've just passed Ayala Center, Cebu malls, and on my way to Mandaue, Panagdait. So this is still part of the Cebu Business Park, and you see the traffic are starting to get the influx of the different vehicles coming here. Start to get normal to the traffic that it used to be. Like, look, it's green and nobody's moving. See what I mean? Like the normal traffic before, it's green. Oh, only like a few can cross over. I hope I could reach it, but I don't even bank on it. Still green here. It looks like I could make it. I'm now on the crossing line, so I'm in. The building that you see there rising up there is TAP buildings. You know, the apartments that TAP, they're gonna have their own group of buildings out there on this side from Cebu Business Park. And of course the usual daily lives here, and the urban life is like selling, all the little shops there. Palawan Express has to queue up, and all the vendors on the side of the road, which is allowed because of what's happening now. You can see a lot of vendors because this is for the protection from the building work. But you can see TAP East Gate Cebu has started to build another tower that they will have there on the side. This one here. So it's green. I should go straight down to Mabolo. Panagdait. Panagdait is part of Barangay Kasambagan. So I will stop here. It's been a red light because I'm gonna go straight. So around this area you will be approached by different kinds of vendors, fruit vendors, item vendors, look, face masks and face shield vendors. Gotta lock my door because my friend before was a victim that she didn't lock her car, and then one of the like pretend to be vendors sit down with her in the car and ask for money and won't leave the car if she didn't give her 100 pesos, the minimum. Just give me 100 pesos and I go off. So she got no choice. At least her bag was on the back and tied up to the seat. So she just reached there. She can easily reach for the 100 pesos, and from now on she keeps on locking her doors because you don't never know what will happen. So there you can see that the Coffee Bean on Top East Gate still closed, and here is the crossing where SnR, Landers is located there. Landers Superstore. And look at all these motorists waiting for the green light. So green light, I'm moving forward, and this is like you have things you have to expect in the city. Like all this motorbike will go just insert on the side, on the front, on whatever they can go in, because like they're the very fast one, faster than a car because they got two wheels on city driving. So look at them in and out of the traffic, but when it's raining they're buggered. So I'm now in Mabolo. You can see up ahead Sarosa Hotel. You can look it up in your Google map. And this one on my right is the, what do you call this, Castle Peak Hotel. They're known for their buffet before, but they haven't done it since the pandemic. So it's like normal day traffic and a lot of people on the road. I think one thing that the malls are very quiet because the children, the minors are the one that's really just hang out in the malls. But since they're not allowed out, like if you're looking young, one of our neighbors that she's just like turned 20, but she looks like she's still like 16. She has to show an ID that she is already past 18. So up ahead you can see Bonifacio District on my left. That's another commercial center. I haven't been there. And also the Gagfamo Tower, another landmark here in Panagdait. And of course Sykes, the call center building. Most call centers are in there on this area, but Gagfa Towers are as well. So I'm on my way towards Mandaue City, which is the end of this here. This is now Mandaue City. I don't know if they got a checkpoint here. They do, but they don't check. See, they just yap there. Or even asleep. So I'm going to Mandaue. Welcome to Mandaue City. You can see the sign. So here is my turning towards SnR. this is Subang Dako. You can see Subang Dako Market up ahead. Subang Dako Market. So I'm going up in the overpass. Now I'm gonna go right to the next turning, second turning from here. I'm gonna turn, but if you go straight on this road, you will go you will be going to City Cebu. And you know that building just newly built there, that will be the new like an IT park around here. And on the right you can see Japan Trade Center, the one I featured, the multi-cabs. So I'm turning this way. There's a bus stop there. And here I go. That's the Sumitomo building where they're selling all these Sumitomo diggers. Now I'm just waiting for the green light, but across you can see I'm here in the SnR way now. That's the SnR shop. And that's the green light counting down. Red light counting down to the green. And I'm here in SnR. I can't believe it, but the containers that I bought for Old B last time, which has got loads there, which I bought 12. It's only 4 for the 12-gallon type, and then the 17.3-gallon type. There's only 8 left. 2, 4, 6, 10 left. That's amazing how it all sold so fast in just a matter of few days. I'm looking for covered container for Old B for his another system that he got for filtration. So I thought I'm gonna get him this Rubbermaid brand called, you call this Rubbermaid Roughneck. So you see, this is the Rubbermaid brand called Roughneck. And supposed to be engineered for life, virtually indestructible, and lo and behold, crack on the bottom. So where's indestructible here when you can just be cracked when you get stuck up? So I won't bother with this Rubbermaid crap. I will just get the hefty one that I already bought. I'll add additional 4 for the tall ones. I'll return all this Rubbermaid and I'll stick with this brand called Hefty. Unfortunately, they only got 4 left of this one, so I'll just get this 12-gallon one and then get another 4 17-gallon one. Another thing you notice here is the SNR start to display Christmas decorations as early as August. So they got those Christmas tree hangings and even displayed some Christmas trees up there. So these are all the lights, the reindeer family. There are their Christmas trees, Christmas plates. Snowman, Christmas village. All Christmas balls there. Oh, look at all the different colors. I want to change the color of my Christmas tree this year. Because I got blue and silver last for long before I got blue, the traditional green, gold, red. But this year I'll change it to a different color again. So all these Christmas ribbons. Christmas plates. The Christmas elegance wreath, $9.99. Wow. $20. It's a very busy day here in SNR. It's so in contrast to Metro, because in Metro there's hardly any people, but the mall is full for all the parking space available because there's a lot of people going on other shops than just the groceries. But here it's only mainly groceries, but you can see the busy stuff. Even all the people seems to be here, even the restaurants. I'm here in Burger King, just picking up 2 plain extra long chicken for my daughter. They don't have my favorite anymore, like mushroom double Swiss or the Swiss mushroom. So I just have to put up with the extra long chicken plain for them. I'm driving through now Mandaue National Highway. I will go by AS Fortuna Road because it seems to be blocked near the overpass for Kasuntingan. So I've gotta go by AS Fortuna Road on the way to Talamban. So 27, I still can reach. almost 5 o'clock. A lot of the establishments, like 5:30, 6, that's the closing time that they do now. Even SnR used to close at 9, but now they close at 7:30. So the road is not so bad. I mean, traffic wise, look, most the establishments are closed so early. Because even Suzuki closed at 4:30. They still impose a curfew at 8 o'clock here in Cebu. I mean, Cebu City wise, that's what I know because I live in Cebu City. So they still impose the curfew. So a lot of people like start heading back home around this time, 5, 6. So it didn't rain despite the gloomy clouds. So I'll just turn off now so I could drive faster because it's not really traffic so much around now. But of course, faster, that's careful. I'm gonna turn right towards Kabangkalan because I've already passed Kasuntingan, Kabangkalan, because in here they have a checkpoint that's making it so traffic because it's really slow. Like when I went to pick up the Japanese the other day. So I'll go this way, Kabangkalan, since it's not so bad in here and they got wider roads. So this is AS Fortuna extension of Mandaue. This is only a 2-lane road because most of the time it's the normal. When it's normal, it's just so traffic here. So when it's normal, I usually avoid this road. I go to the highways. And there's also a lot of pedestrians around here. Oh, shocking. There's a bus flying to here. I mean, picking up passenger on this little road. Pag overtake, make sure your road is clear. There's a foreigner reading all the signs. Come on. So that's the thing about here, because there's so many people living in the little spaces behind all these houses. You know, the urban settlers, there's a lot around here as well. So you can see a lot of like people walking around, commuters on bicycles and motorbike and tricycles. When you see a lot of ascals, that means there are somewhere there's urban settlers. Because you can see like dogs on the road there. So behind all these houses, you can see there all the urban settlers where the dogs are coming from. Now that this Kabangkalan road, I just turn off so I could. Now this is Kabangkalan road. It's gonna connect towards Talamban. So this multi-cab's turning on the left, and I can't go on this side because there's someone coming. Come on. Yeah, their own little market there inside that one. That's a private market here in Kabangkalan, and then further on there's another market. They're full of markets everywhere when there is a lot of urban settlers. GRA surplus is over here.